What's up with it, guys? I yeah, just an FYI, I'm starting this game late because of storage issues, so I don't know, maybe not be bad. But I've been thinking about what I should talk about, and my main thing about being on here is trying to be real, trying to be transparent, just about the differences in my walk that I'm now experiencing. Go in there. Oh, okay. But no, my apologies for people coming through the room. But I'm trying to be as real and open about where I am in my own walk, just because I know that I don't like this map. That's what I know. But no, I know that from me being open, mm, being real about these certain things that I am doing, it's like mm, I know that it'll be able to help somebody. I know that I'm about to leave this. That I can't stand campers. Go Man, kids don't listen. But I'm trying to be transparent, and right now my biggest thing is, and I've told this to, a bunch of people that I've talked to, and it's that all this I'm in a point of where I am trying to put my faith to the test, which in itself is it's a difficult thing to do, to say the least, especially when you're someone like myself who doesn't like uncertainty, who doesn't like the whole going out on a limb and doing, like, no, that's not who I am at all. I'm someone who used to prefer to plan ahead to try to, make sure that I was looking out for myself, looking out for my best interest, stuff like that, which in reality was not the case. I mean, reality, I just realized that I got in my own way more than anything. Even though that I tried to move different, be different, it was like there was always something that was messing me up. And it wasn't until I began my walk and my relationship with Jesus Christ that I've been able to almost get a foot up in a sort of sense. Like, I still I still have my difficult days like anyone. I still have my doubts like anyone, but I also have a level of experience behind my walk to where I know that everything's going to work out. I know that I will be taken care of. I know that, and when the time is right, because again, it's the divine timing. It's not us. It's all about Him. But I know when the time is right, I'll overcome things that I need to overcome. And even like I say, right now, at this point in my own walk, I I know that without the faith that I've been able to that I've been able to experience that there's no virtual way I could be doing what I am doing without flipping out. Oh no, I thought I seen that go over there. And again, it's just there's something about being uncertain and not having control of the situation which again, it might not just be me. It might just be it might be it might correspond with other people just because of the fact that I know that now most people are thinking with the male side of the brain. So because of that, we're all logical. I am very surprised I had over one in that game. And I was first. Well. But what kind of gun is that? Oh. But I know that because of the male side brain, that is the logical side, that is the side of the brain that pays attention more to the small details rather than the whole picture. And since we are now in a society that runs more male, which, yeah, I can say I definitely I believe that, because I know I've seen a statistic where it said that 95% of women now are running from their primarily male side. And I know from the men that I've talked to, even though they are emotional, they still are going off of that aspect of their brain. They're planning life ahead on their own. They're doing these things, and it was like, for me, I have been able to go through and have enough experiences. Even this, and like I say, it's only been 5 years. No, yeah, 5 years. 2021 is when I got saved in October, so not even 5 years yet. Uh, but I've done seen unbelievable changes in myself, in my consciousness, in my perception, in just the overall character of who I am. It's like I have become not a new being, but in a way, a new being. It's like I was asleep and now I'm awake. No, it's been a very surreal and very humbling experience, to say the least. And I've been battling with the idea that it's me who's done it. But then it's just I can't help but to think logically and be like, it was me doing it always. But it's like once I got into the Bible, I started to build my knowledge on who Jesus was and beginning to build that relationship with him, because that's all Jesus was. He was the Word in flesh, but he was also the Creator in flesh. So he had all these multiple dimensions to his character. And it's like, yeah, because he died, his blood was dropped on the land, because his blood was dropped on the land, his spirit lingered. And this is just my theory from my experiences and from the research I've put in to see the bigger picture, I guess. Because even when it comes to like the flood, like, yeah, the flood would happen because it said there was Nephilim, there were, giants, there was these creatures that took over the plane that we live on. And even though they died, they're still spiritually here. I don't know about the giants, but the Nephilim, the fallen angels, or demons, I do believe they're still here, because even me, I know a great deal through my experience, and yet I still can't help but to fall short of what I try to set my goals to. Which I know now excuse me, I'm in a I'm in a part of my walk to where I know enough to where, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a little worry, but I know enough to where I'm not going to lose myself because of the worry. Like, I'm not going to panic and I'm not going to settle on the things that I want to happen out of this in this chapter of the story. But of course, I think it's natural for humans to doubt. It's natural for humans to be skeptical, have trust issues, get shot in the side of the face. Like it's natural. But with me, it's like I'm being able to enjoy the experience of learning and just doing this life game a little differently than I always have. And again, it's one of those things to where it's like, yes, like I say, I've always felt different, but I think we're all different from each other, obviously. Well, some of us. There's some NPCs that seem like they're the exact same, in my opinion, but everybody's different, and I know that. But it's like I was still always felt like I was set apart from the crowd. Always didn't move with the crowd. I always didn't react like the crowd. Like there was just, I don't know, just the way that I was designed. It allowed me to experience life in a very different way. Like, of course, I still had my hardships and I still had my troubles. And I mean, like I say, I went through a lot. Like, I'm not going to get into what I've been through because I mean, that list takes forever. But, like there's just certain things that I went through that I know people, 40s and 50s ain't but been through the same type of trauma. Now, I'm not saying that there are people who also hasn't, but at the same time, it's like the more that I've grown in my walk with Christ, the more I've been able to kind of see the bigger picture in a sort of sense to where I can plan just a little bit better. Now, I still have many ways to go. So to me, how it's been, it's kind of like chess. So, I got to the point to where in life as a whole, I could see one move ahead. Now I'm kind of getting to where I can see two moves ahead in a way, but still I'm not able to exactly guess the outcome. I'm not able to see the biggest picture of them all. But I also know, well, I know that I say but too damn much. It bothers me because I can't help but to recognize the pattern and hyperfixate on it. But see, I know that I I've had the experience of trying my faith, so I know what I can handle and what I can't. I've had the experience of trying my faith when it comes to my motorcycle wrecks, plural, when it comes to uh, being more on the poverty side of life, always. When it comes to, being molested as a kid, when it comes to oh that's funny. Even that, when it comes to surviving suicide, because like like I've stated before, I am not, and you know, it's an interesting perspective to me, just because I'm not someone who particularly enjoys this life, not somebody who particularly enjoys hanging out with people and certain people. Like there's certain people, like if I come around you and I hang out with you, then it's legit because I don't do what I don't want to do. But woohoo! But like, if I can get a few easy kills, I don't want that down. I get camos with this gun. Okay, okay, so I'm not supposed to go up there. Oh, I apologize for that gunshot. But like I said, I've been through all these things, and it made me a very strong-willed and strong-minded individual. Even by the time I was, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have a childhood, so I was wired to handle. Oh, there I am in the background. But I was wired to handle stuff just a little differently. Just because, like I said, I didn't have a childhood. Like I was 7, 8 years old. So the first memories having to put my younger siblings in the room because my stepdad was going beyond the normal with my mother, and having to hide knives, hide weapons, and even though that still didn't help, they still both have attempted murder charges on each other. She had a knife and he had a snow globe and was trying to bash her head in. And and when he wasn't bullying her, he bullied the living life out of me. Uh, like I say, all these things just kept progressing. All these things kept adding on to already heavy shoulders, and it was like once I came to Jesus and I truthfully reached out in spirit, not in the physical flesh, but in my spiritual self and in truth about who I am, truth about what I needed, truth about what I wanted, like, because of course, our Father in heaven, He's going to know who you are already. He knows what you think, He knows what you feel, He knows all that stuff. It's not like you can hide it from Him. It's more or less just being real with yourself. And once you're real with yourself, then you can begin to take the necessary steps to get you to a point of peace on earth. A point of being able to step out in faith. There you go. Being able to actually kind of take the chance to go after what you really want. Take the chance to do something different outside of your normal routine that you do every single moment of every single day. Step out of the program and take a chance. And of course, like with me again, I wouldn't be doing what I am now unless I didn't feel it was for something greater. Because even like I never would have quit my job on my own. No way. That would have been ludicrous. Just because I got people looking after me, it's more than just my soul on the line. It's more than just me now. I I've been put in a position to where I have people who are watching me, have people who are learning and they're observing and they're taking pieces of my walk and they're bystanders to to what's going on. And it's as if like, and again, this isn't stuff that I've really realized until I was a lot further in my walk, but it's like I've been put into a situation to where it's like I'm a leader amongst leaders. Like I see all these different men who I've giggity. I see all these different men that I've positioned myself around. That's kind of kinky. But all these different men who I've positioned around me who are different. So there are traits about them that make them just a little bit outside of the box. Like, and I mean, all of us start off in the box. That's part of the game. We all start off in a state of, trying to figure everything out and whatnot. But it's like I say, with certain guys, I know they're different. They think differently, and I can see as, I mean, I might as well say my boys because they are, but I see as they're getting older that their heart's getting heavier. They're losing more and more of themselves. They're getting they're getting quiet. There you go. And me, I hit that phase at, I don't know, 17, 18 perhaps. And 19, no, okay, so it maybe 18 is when I hit that. But it was like at 21, I believe. Yeah, 21 is when I snapped. That's when the character Shane died. That's when I had to find something different. I had to experience something different because up to that point, all I've experienced was hardship. All I experienced was disappointments, defeat, and of course, like I say, I'm a very strong-willed individual. I'm I mean, I know, like, I'm hard-headed. I'm capable. Always been capable. So, like I say, I've been through a lot, and I'm still going through a lot. But like now, like I say, now it's all more. I'm in the process of trying to build my faith, trying to see if what I've learned is true enough to go to the rooftop and yell it to everybody else. If what I've learned is enough to be able to, yeah, I looked the wrong way in that situation. But if it's enough to be able to help others wake up, because to me, it's like everybody's asleep in this world. We're all missing the big picture. And like personally, okay, so even when it comes to me, damn, where was he? I seen him step out the end, but anyways, when it comes to me, oh, I'm so sorry. Stepping out in faith, like I'm saying, I, damn, I run around baseball bats. I must be trying to get the camos, maybe. But with me stepping out in faith, it's like I know that I've seen enough to where that was not a good placement. I didn't see the other one. But I know I've seen enough to where I know what I'm on is truth. It's true. I mean, I've witnessed the extraordinary difference in my own experience. And because of that, it's like I am able to take this step. Even though I'm not, I'd be lying if like, it's, it's eating up the old version of me on the inside. Because again, it's like, it's a process. It's not like you just flip a switch and you become a new person and you have to, now you're walking on sunshine and rainbows, skipping and like, no, that's not at all how it works. At least not in my experience. And maybe it will for some just because they'll give up more faster. But I'm a skeptic. I question anything and everything 150 million times before I know without a shadow of a doubt that it's true. I know without a shadow of a doubt that it can be applied across multiple layers and multiple realities to multiple people. And it has to work. Like, 'cause I don't want to mislead anybody, but especially those that I hold dear, those that I actually relate and connect to because I don't Oh, look at that. He's got me. Help me. Oh, there you go. Shoots both of us. That works. But I always forget that's an aspect of this game that they added. But it's like I say, like those that I actually can connect with, those that I actually view as different from the sheeple that I usually come across with. And I think everybody has their people. I mean, that's natural. I mean, it makes sense that likes would attract. But at the same time, it's one of those things to where the people that I do connect with and I do actually want to be around, because there's not a lot of them, especially now. It's as I'm getting older, it's becoming less frequent. It's becoming less consistent. And of course, it's like me personally, I understand, so I don't hold no type of ill will towards any of them, even the ones that I've like had fallen outs with because of misunderstandings. Like, yes, it does. It breaks me down because I do care about this one in specific. I mean, I care about all of them, but of course, this one specifically, it's like it was a different kind of relationship. He's a different kind of mind. Like I say, I've naturally just kind of been picking out people that I've come across. Like I've met, like just from 0 to 12. Like I say, I moved consistently every year. A year was the longest we was in a place outside of one time where we was there for 2 years. Or no, I was at a school for 2 years, but actually we didn't move a house. It was just in the same neighborhood. So yeah, we still was moving. But I've met so many people and talked to so many different individuals, like tens and thousands of people, just, you know, I mean, up to this point in my life. But there's not many people who stood out. There are not a lot of genuine people out there in today's reality. I mean, even when I was younger, but definitely in today's world. So it's like when it comes to my guys, they're unique. They're leaders. They're strong, hardworking, enduring, considerate, compassionate. Sometimes, no, I'm not gonna say that, but I was gonna say condescending just to kind of keep going with the C theme, but nah, they're good guys. But like I say, I've had like this natural radar that's kind of allowed me to pick and choose those that I don't know, it just like I say, those that were different to my perspective. Those that were who thought outside the box, those that, you know, what I don't know, just like I say, certain things that there I'm not gonna say don't really matter, but I'm saying, I see as they're getting older, hopefully you can hear the air quotes and how I said that. As they're getting older, they're they're growing quiet, their heart's getting heavier. They're they're losing the light of themselves, losing that they're losing the man that they are. No, that's not true. So they have to grow into the man that they are. So they're losing, I guess they're losing the ability to fake it. Maybe. I guess that'd be the way to say it. Because I know, like, and again, I do think, yeah, in time, there might be a few of them that do me wrong. I mean, technically, if I really wanted to be a Nazi about it. There's every one of them in a sort of way to not in the sense that they meant to, but due to misunderstanding, due to me being as odd as I feel like I am, excuse me, I if it was the young version of me, I would have pushed him away because now not as much for these pair of brothers I'm thinking of right now, which one of them may be listening because if you are, what's up with it? uh, but not as much them two that I can think of offhand, just because there's a humility about them that's unbelievable, and it's highly respectable if you ask me. But through misunderstandings, I naturally would push people away. That's who I am. That's who I've always been in a sort of way. It wasn't until my walk of Christ grew so much to be. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay, my apologies. But it wasn't until my walk with Christ got this real to the point to where it's like, yeah, man, I'll step out. I'll try something new, sure. Because I mean, we're all doing the same thing anyways, just about. We all continuously do the same pattern over and over and over and over. We all get stuck in this rat race. We all get stuck in the 9 to 5 or being a dad or being a mom or being a son or being a, I mean, like there's so many different titles that I see you, that we have in our, I should have went with a gun, not a grenade. That was foolish of me. But, we have all these different titles. We have all these different requirements for our walk. Damn, I seen it. I was like, what's that? But we have all these different requirements in our walk too, especially us as men. And I mean, women too. I'm saying both of us, we are equally at fault. We equally need difference. We are both, I can't stand hit markers, but we're both in need of guidance. We're both in need of change. We're both in need of just someone to help, something different. That's all it is, something different. And like a big thing that always comes to mind for me is in the Matrix movie. You're sitting there and they're driving in the car and they get the damn little what is it? The listening device, whatever it is, whatever they put in his stomach, they get it out, and then he's all confused, like that's real, and then they stop and open the door, and it's like, all right, you can get out, and it's like, but where that road leads. You've been down that road. You've tried that path. But if you do something different, try something different, then you'll wake up. You'll step up to the you'll step up to the bar to reach the potential of the man that you're supposed to be. What a not that's not nice. But we all, like I said, we're all missing our mark, it seems like. We're all missing our ability to reach that potential that we could reach. And I mean, it's no knock to anybody because we're all here and we're all learning, we're all growing, we're all changing, if we're doing it right, we are all in this constant state of motion to where we're constantly changing, constantly adjusting, constantly trying to find ourselves, trying to find the best way to do things, the best way not to do things, the best people to keep around, the people not to keep around. Like, there's just so much that goes along with it. And for me, it's and again, it's not I'm not going to say, damn, that was a bad game. But I'm not going to say that what I've what I've experienced is the only form of truth. But I can tell you what I've experienced is true. I can tell you that even though there is this heavy burden that I currently have, and and let me be transparent. I'm not worried about it. I know that in time it's nothing in comparison to the overall. But I know that through my own experiences that my faith will come through. I know that I won't lose my dad's house. I know that my relationship with Christ will sustain itself and will continue to improve me in ways that I don't even deem possible at this moment. And again, we're all growing. We're all adjusting. We're all trying to figure out this game. Trying to see if our fruits really, or see if our tree really produces fruit. There you go. And, like I say, for me personally, I've tried a lot more women than I could begin to think of. Um, Questionable things with guys too when I was younger. Nothing that really passed the threshold of too much, in my opinion. Like never nothing where it was like I was touching on dude or nothing. Like it never got to that point. But still there was a curiosity behind me because of, like I say, being molested at 5, 6 years old by my male cousin who, like I say, of course he didn't know any better, but because of me because of that happening, because of me experiencing my walk in that sort of light, it confused a lot of boundaries, to say the least. It put me in a place of confusion. And like to me, that's all that it seems, that's all sin has become. Sin has become this sort of ignorance that kind of lays over everybody's head, and they're missing the point. They're missing something that will actually change them for the better. Most people will only either claim that they want better or they will, sure, but in their ignorance, they will put themselves in this fallen state that allows them to, we just get worse and worse. We just, like our heart gets harder and harder. We're not growing, we're not changing, we're not spiritually evolving. And to me, I can't help but to think what makes the Christ Jesus so differently. What makes him change hearts, change minds, change perspectives. Where was he at though? And, you know, like I say, it's one of those things to where you can believe it, you cannot believe it. I mean, it's your life, it's your walk, your belief, your all that. That's all you. But for me and mine, I will follow the Lord because I know now more than ever on how real it is, but also how true, how much I actually do need it. Because, you know, when I was younger, I needed my friends, needed my family. I needed, thank you for that. Hold on, let me adjust myself. My damn back's killing me. But I needed something else, something more. It's like I always was chasing after something. It's like no matter what I did, no matter where I did it, no matter how I did it, it was never enough. It was always to a point of trying to find myself almost, trying to find my way, trying to find my, yeah, trying to find myself would be the best way I would put it. And it's as if, like, the more I have seen my walk in Christ come through, it's like like I said, the more I've actually been able to grow, the more I've been able to change, the more I've been able to adjust, the more I've been able to actually find a peace of mind. I should have won that one. Let's see if I can get him this time. But it's like I have this peace of mind now to where I can comfortably, yeah, I deserve that one. But I can sit with myself. I can suffer these hardships of having these doubts. You know, like I say, it ain't like doubt like I used to have, but there's still some doubt there. I mean, it's natural, I believe, but it's not like the doubt that I used to have. It's not how heavy the weights used to actually be. Like now I'm in a state to where, yes, I am in deep waters, but I'm still able to swim. I'm still able to breathe. I'm still able to stay afloat. Most people are drowning. That's why, I mean, that's why we lose ourselves. Because we're sitting there, we're not a good game either. But we're sitting there and it's as if, again, people are almost drowning in their own lives to the point where they can't. They just old spray and pray method. Like, oh, find some marine, just point sugar. Figure it out later. But it's like everybody's drowning and everybody's going under the waves. Like for me, to me, it seems like most people are on shore for the most part. Most people might got their feet in a little bit. Most people got their toes in the sand. Some people are laying in an inch of water, acting like they're drowning, when in reality they're fine. And then, like I said, you got my guys that I've come across, and again, there's others, but more specifically, my people, just because, of course, they're in my circle. They're deeper. They're all kind of, they're all at the point to where it's like they're starting to get in deep water to where it's starting to get hard, starting to get heavy. They're starting to lose themselves and lose their character. They're starting to get sucked into the egotistical aspect of it. The what I want, who I am, what I need, what I deserve. Like okay, so a big one for me. Like I've always wanted to be a father above all else, because I always wanted a soulmate type relationship. But also, I want to be a husband, father, like friend, like I want to be all those things. But I had to learn the hard way to put my reliance on the Father in heaven, not in the material things of the physical aspect of earth. And that's aspects like, I mean, and I'm not saying don't be a good husband or don't be a good father, don't be a good brother, sister, wife, coworker, whatever it is, like be good people, but we shouldn't lose ourselves for anybody outside of the Christ himself, the top dog, the one who came to wake us up, because people need to be awakened, people need to be revised, people need to be changed and altered. And man, every freaking time, I tell you what, boy. But no, it's like we all need it. Everybody's searching for it. Like even one of my good friends, he asked me last Saturday, yeah, last Saturday, so a week ago, and some change now. But he asked me. It's like he said, or he didn't ask me, but he stated, it's like he sees one door, but there's a bunch of keys, and it's like he's trying to figure out what key actually works. And for me, my own experience, my own testimony, me challenging my testimony, me challenging myself, me challenging my beliefs, my experiences, all these different things. Me doing those things and me taking a chance to step out in faith rather than continuing to sit in my comfortability, I have been able to see a different perspective. Now, at the same time, of course, I think growth is forever happening, ever expanding. Consciousness will forever grow. We will forever change. We will forever mold if we do things right. But most people don't want to do things the right way. Most people want to do things the easy way. Most people want to complain, gripe, moan, instead of making the change, finding the help that they need. Because even like for me, like I say, like I've experienced unbelievable and undeniable experiences in my walk with Christ, but I've lost a lot. And I'm happy to lose a lot. But even now, it's like I've kind of hit this sort of roadblock. Not a roadblock, like a speed bump almost. To where I have to step up. I have to do something that is more along the lines of drastic in order to test the faith, test my walk, test my own beliefs, just so I can properly, sorry, ears, so I can properly lead my guys along with every other person who I've come in contact with. Because again, it's not like younger me was different. I was very, very selfish, very self-centered, it was all about me, myself, and that's what everybody does naturally. We all look after ourselves. We have to. We're all We're all trying to survive. And if we don't find a way to do so, it's going to keep getting harder, but we're going to all keep getting worse. We're going to begin to see I mean, even me personally, I can already see a difference in the reality of the situation that we're all stuck in. But yeah, I should have locked in better if I was gonna do that. But it's as if like everybody's in this fallen state nowadays. Everybody is missing the mark. Everybody is missing. They're not able to find the key that they need. Just like the damn from the Night at the Museum movie. Not Night at the Museum, the Haunted House movie. You know, the singer sing, but where's the key? Everybody needs this key to get back into our uplifted self, our disciplined, our consistency, the virtuous aspect of things. But we all don't know what's the correct key. We all don't know what to turn to, who to turn to, where to go, why we should go there. Like there's so much that goes into it all. And the more that I'm giving to faith rather than sight, for one, I am experiencing what I'm capable of, which is a very big thing, I think. But I'm losing the things that I don't need. I'm able to drop the weights that I've been able to overcome. And maybe I am crazy. I highly doubt it. Like I really do, just because of how much I have experienced and how much I have changed and how much I have continued to evolve in a sort of sense. Been able to find a different path. And you know, again, like don't get me wrong, I 100% believe there's truth in every single type of religion. But at least for me, it's like the Christ path has just been there's something very different about what it is, what I've done, how I've actually changed, how I've actually grown, how I've actually been able to step up and show up instead of like most, you know, I haven't I've always missed the mark. There you go. It's like no matter how hard I tried, how hard I tried to change. Like, I'm not saying that I didn't, but it's like whenever I was in the world, it was almost as if every time I tried to better myself, I made myself worse. Every time I tried to be better for myself, it's like it would just kind of blow up in my own face. And I never understood as to why. And I think that's a big reason now why in today's society we're all looking for an answer, yes, but it's like we're all oh, I only got 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll probably just start another one. But it's like we're all looking for that answer, yes. But it's almost as if like, well, really? Oh man, I just want an easy one. Oh, cool. I mean, yeah, I might just quit this and just start a new one just because I already know I'm gonna have to. Not gonna be able to finish this game. But let me at least finish my train of thought. Let me find it first. But for me, it's been one of those things to where I can't. I could never say that Christ didn't change me because the man I am now is only because the little boy died. And for me, it's like I never could have successfully change, successfully grow, successfully step into the fullness of who I was supposed to be. Being able to be able to step into the big picture, kind of step into the big game, the overall plot. And that's what, like I say, like everybody, yes, everybody has some truth, but there's only one figure, only one man who is consistently criticized, consistently mocked, consistently harassed, if you believe it. Like everything, everything in the system is against that one man. So to me, logically, it's like there must be a deep level of truth that comes behind. Yeah, I think I'm about to hit the old dusted. But there has to be something different with him. There has to be something with Jesus Christ. And again, maybe somebody else can try the Buddha past or the Muhammad past or saying past. But that's another thing for me. Like I 110% believe that Jesus died and resurrected. I believe that. I believe that knowing that and believing that allows us to step into a new reality that we're not used to. It opens our mind to new possibilities. And that's why, like I say, when it comes to the Christ, when it comes to Jesus, it's like he's the only one who didn't die. He's the only one who was tortured for doing. He did nothing wrong. He was tortured. They hung him on a cross. He died. Then on the third day, he came back. It's just, I don't know. Since I came to that realization, since I reached out to him personally in my spirit, I know I've changed. I know I've seen the change. I know I've embodied the change. So if I can help others step into that same type of change and stand up into their potential, and I am more than thankful to give myself for others. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Tune into the next one. Peace.